Look at Hector Font. He is holding Mbappe back, just dragging him back. Probably the dumbest thing you can do. Let Mbappe run and he'll go offside. Barcelona win the final Clasico of the year to do the clean sweep of Real Madrid, beating them all 4 times the two teams have played each other this season. And it was totally on brand for both teams. Barcelona going behind 2-0 and then roaring back to a 4-2 lead and somehow almost contriving to throw the game away at the end. Meanwhile, Real Madrid somehow scoring goals and hanging around in games where they're playing awful and don't look like they should be in the contest at all. It was another amazing Clasico from this season, so what we're going to do in this video is go over some of the key moments, the goals, and the impactful performances from some of the players from both sides. So, without further ado, let's get into these clips. I'm Sebastian North, this is Campfire Football. Please like the video if you enjoy it, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, comment on whatever you think I got right or wrong, whatever, your opinions. So Real Madrid ended up losing the match 4-3, but it all started so well for them, with Mbappe getting a goal early on, and it was classic stuff from both teams. Mbappe making a run and being offside, but Barcelona making a schoolboy defensive error. So the ball comes to Cubarsí, he tries to bring it down, and because he actually made a play at the ball, that is why Mbappe was not called offside, because he was definitely offside, but this is the rule, that now this becomes a second phase. Mbappe gets himself in, and I really have no idea what Szczęsny is doing right here. Either come with your hands or stay at home, but don't come sliding in like you're going into second base. I mean, this is completely ridiculous. It's a penalty, 3rd minute goal for Real Madrid, and they're flying. Now, the problem for Real Madrid, I think, in this game is that Carlo Ancelotti got the tactics wrong. He went with a 4-4-2 with a flat midfield. Valverde was basically running around following Dani Olmo all game, and then the other 3 were just kind of shifting together in a really tight group. It's also an issue that Vinny Jr. and Mbappe don't really track back on fullbacks. So here, Eric Garcia is going to get this ball, play a little give and go with Lamine Yamal, and do you really bet that Vinny Jr. is going to track back properly here? He already stopped once, so that's why he's behind the play. He tries to catch up, he makes a half-hearted attempt to win the ball, and then quits. Okay, well that allows Eric Garcia to get his head up and try to cross the ball, but those are warning signs from Barcelona. Funny thing is, Real Madrid would go ahead and take a 2-0 lead, and this is the lethal thing about these two guys, is that though they offer you nothing in defense, they are so dangerous on the break. So here, Eric Garcia committing himself into the attack, plays it to Lamine Yamal, and keeps his run going. Now, Lamine Yamal cuts inside, but Valverde and Ceballos do a very good job to combine, win the ball back, and now Real Madrid can turn and go on the counterattack. Eric Garcia in an advanced position. That means that that left wing for Real Madrid is wide open, and that's where Vinny really goes to work. He looks up here, and he sees Mbappe. That's the moment of contact from Vinny. Mbappe clearly onside. He's through, and when he gets up to Szczęsny here, I don't know why Szczęsny sort of lays down to his side right here, because Mbappe's finish is right in the middle of the goal. So I think that's bad goalkeeping. But Real Madrid somehow have a 2-0 lead. But it wouldn't last long, and once again, when Barcelona are down 2-0, it's Eric Garcia who comes up with the goal. You actually have to take a look at where this starts. Real Madrid shoot themselves in the foot. From 2-0 up, they completely collapsed and had a whole bunch of terrible errors. So here, Arda Güler has the ball, plays the ball inside to Ceballos, makes the run and gets it back. Arda Güler, you should immediately start driving inside. That way you cut off Gerard Martin and Dani Olmo from coming back. You also give yourself the option to play a ball through to an on-running Mbappe. Instead, he goes back outside here. I just think that that's really weak from Güler. I think it's just not ambitious enough. And Lucas Vazquez, this ball back just feeds Rafinha through. So Rafinha's in, Fede Valverde hits it out for a corner. But you think about where they just were, with possession, with the ability to go forward, terrible ball. Now Barcelona are right at them, getting guys in the box. Olmo crosses it, it's headed away, but have a look at this from Gerard Martin. I mean, wow. Absolutely smashes this half volley, and it is a great save by Thibaut Courtois. Goes out for another corner. Ferran Torres easily wins a flick header. It goes over 4 Real Madrid players, and no one challenges Eric Garcia, and he heads in from 4 yards out. Carlo Ancelotti is a fantastic manager, one of the greatest of all time, no doubt about it. But this is the 4th time this season you're playing Barcelona, and they have not changed anything in the way they play. Nothing about their style of play since the very first one where you had all those offsides. You should know how to beat this back line by this point. And what you're going to see here is just a string of moments where they just don't seem to understand what they need to do and when they have the opportunity to really attack. So they do a good job of pressing here, and as the ball leaks out, right there, you've already got Vinny Jr. recognizing it and deciding to make a run through. Just lift this with your left foot over the top of the back line. Vinny Jr.'s onside, and he's in. If you don't want to do that, fine. You've got Fran Garcia making the run forward. Instead, what? You're just going to drop it off to Bellingham. Now, the pressure from Barcelona is a little higher, but there's still one opportunity. Bellingham plays this ball out to Arda Güler. Arda Güler, you are a left-footed player. You should be able to hit this ball one touch right over the top. And right when he is supposed to hit this ball, Vinny Jr. is onside. But instead, no, it's the wrong decision to just play the ball simple and end up going backwards. And once you turn your back to the field, you just invite Barcelona to press. This is one of the cues that they use, and Arda Güler tries to do a little reverse pass with his back to the field. It's mishit. It goes right into Pedri. He sees the run of Rafinha, so what does he do? Plays it one touch. I mean, the contrast between these two teams is unreal. And very soon, it would be 2-2. Watch the way Real Madrid are all sucked into one area. All four midfielders are right there. But for some reason, Ceballos just doesn't follow Pedri right here. Like, he turns and runs away from him. Like, why would you do that? This allows Barcelona to get their shape and start to attack the way they want. Pedri driving through a hole of Real Madrid players, just splitting them on the dribble. Accelerates, goes through them, plays it into Ferran Torres. He faces the goal here, and so you'd think, well, he's got a shooting opportunity, but he's just smart enough to know he's not going to release this shot without it being blocked, and he's got Lamine Yamal, who is brilliant. So yeah, just lay it off for this kid. And as soon as that ball got past Asensio's leg, you knew where it was going. Into the far corner, 2-2. Real Madrid's lead eviscerated, and they're completely falling apart. And the third goal, my goodness, what an embarrassing goal to give up this is. So there's a few things to look at here. First, Vinny plays his ball inside, and you have Ceballos and Mbappe both running towards it. Now, Ceballos right here puts his arm out, telling Mbappe, I've got it. Well, Mbappe, what he should do is recognize that, have the humility to say, I don't need the ball. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn, curve my run in behind, you play me through one touch, and I'm on a breakaway to go get my hat trick and put us back in the lead. The other problem is that Lucas Vazquez on the right-hand side, right next to Rafinha, he sees his own team is going to win this. So he started to run forward. Problem is, Mbappe decides he wants the ball, puts his foot on it, and look at this. This is hilarious, actually. Ceballos jumps in the air to get out of his way, and this looks like a couple that are seeing each other at the airport after weeks apart. Pedri comes in, picks their pockets, and look, Rafinha's wide open on the far side. Ball comes through from Pedri. He wastes no time to do it. The finish, absolutely excellent, and it's 3-2. And we have to highlight Lamine Yamal's blockbuster moment of the first half that was not his goal. So Rafinha's making the run at the backside, but this outside of the foot Travella pass from Lamine Yamal is a joke. I mean, it is so perfect. And Rafinha, I mean, he should make it 4-2 right here. But either way, Barcelona would still get the 4-2 lead. As Arda Güler gets this ball, he's immediately pressured, so he has to go backwards. You don't expect a professional player to let the ball just go right under his foot. I say that he didn't close the garage door quick enough. And then he gets completely muscled off the ball by Rafinha, who drops it off for Ferran Torres. Nice little rollover and touch inside. Rafinha's not missing from here, and Barcelona have turned this game completely on its head. Now, Ancelotti would quickly ring in the changes. He'd bring off Güler and Ceballos and bring on Brahim Diaz and Luka Modric, and he would change the shape. They would go to a 4-3-3, which I think he should have started from the beginning of the game. Brahim Diaz goes to the right-hand side, Mbappe through the middle, Vinicius on the left, Bellingham as the 10, Modric as the 8, who would just move around. Valverde was just tasked with staying with Dani Olmo. Immediately, we would get an impact from Brahim Diaz. Here, he connects nicely with Lucas Vazquez, and he's through. These Real Madrid players just seem to make the same runs, get in each other's way. Look at Mbappe and Vinny. What are they both doing there? Vinny should be wider because he's the left winger right now. The ball goes through, and they get in a complete muddle here. Vinny's touch is horrible, and it goes back to Szczesny. Contrast that with Ferran Torres and Rafinha, who are just totally on song. Ball comes into Inigo Martinez here. He knows that he can play this ball into Ferran Torres and that he is going to hold it up. He chests the ball, he fights off the defender, and then he knows what he wants to do. Get that ball through. Because Lamine Yamal and Rafinha are starting in wide positions, which means if you play them through, they're running towards goal when the ball gets played. And this ball from Ferran Torres is brilliant. Yes, Rafinha is offside, but one thing that gave Real Madrid a chance in the second half is Luka Modric. It's too bad he can't play 90 minutes for them because the difference that he makes is enormous. As his ball goes into Luka Modric, Mbappe already knows, oh, he's going to find me. I can make this run. I think Mbappe should bring this down with his chest. Instead, he lets it drop, and so now he's going away from goal, and Barcelona can funnel back. Here's another thing from Luka Modric. He plays the ball, and instead of just standing there and asking for it back, he drops to where when he receives it, he can now face forward. And all of Barcelona's players are totally drawn to one side side, Lucas Vazquez open on the other. Modric sees him, and the ball is right on the money. But then we would have the goal. Lucas Vazquez going to press the ball. Balde plays it back to Martinez, and it goes right to the feet of Modric. He had to settle it, but on this next touch, he is going to play it through. All Real Madrid players are onside, but there's one problem here. Look at how narrow Vinny is. He should, again, be wider. And it's lucky for him that as his ball goes through, Mbappe recognizes and sees him and goes, okay, I'll run behind you, you take it, and I'll square myself up so that you can give me the ball, and then I can have an easy finish. Now, we got to keep up with Modric here because class is permanent, baby. I mean, Pedri goes in to deal with him. Look at that little chop back from Modric, sends Pedri to the floor, and he's got the ball into Lucas Vazquez. Chops it across. This should be a one-touch finish from Brahim Diaz. If he hits it first time, maybe he gets lucky with the deflection, maybe his finish is great, but he waits, takes a touch, and De Jong is able to get back and put it out for a corner kick. But I have to highlight this one last pass by Modric. This is what we will all miss about the Croatian magician. See this ball, you're thinking maybe he's just gonna sort of go over the top, but no, he decides to split them. I mean, that's what you really need. But either way, Vinny Jr. would really just have a terrible day. Mbappe and Vinny Jr. running in behind, and again, they're like 5 yards away from each other. Vinny should be wider because as this ball gets played, yes, it's a little bit far and ahead of Mbappe, but if Vinny Jr. is running from a wider position, he's just running straight in towards goal here and does what his bread and butter is, score from that cutting inside position. So he would come off for Victor Munoz, who would get his first appearance for the Real Madrid first team and almost have an unreal impact. Mbappe looks up and he's trying to play the ball into Endrick, but Endrick needs to peel his run a little bit more away from Inigo Martinez, and then he can have the ball in front of him. But he's a little too close to Inigo Martinez. The ball is definitely intended for him, but it goes behind him. The good thing for Mbappe is that it ends up looking like a fantastic ball because Victor Munoz is in. This is his first touch in professional football, and he almost stumbles and falls right there. That was definitely a problem because it just rocked his composure. Could have been the hero. I mean, look at the time, 88-32, and the kid's about to maybe equalize in the Clasico. Unfortunately for him, he misses by like 2 or 3 yards, but Real Madrid would still get one more opportunity. And I have to highlight this one because it is genuinely hilarious. Look at Hector Font. He is holding Mbappe back, just dragging him back. Probably the dumbest thing you can do. Let Mbappe run and he'll go offside. Instead, he's holding him back, and when the ball finally gets released, the only person keeping Mbappe onside is Alejandro Balde. And the only reason Mbappe is onside is because Fort was holding him back. Absolutely hilarious. And Mbappe, I don't think should have taken this shot here. And you could see the fatigue in him because he hit it very poorly. It's right into Szczesny's hands, and Barcelona win the match. So yeah, Barcelona go 4 for 4 over Real Madrid this season, completely outclassed them in every department, really. They are going to win the Spanish double. Hansi Flick deserves a ton of credit for the way he's built this team and the identity they have. On the other hand, it looks like an end of an era for Real Madrid. Carlo Ancelotti has just been announced by Brazil. I don't know if that's going to happen. Xabi Alonso seems to be coming in, so we'll see if Real Madrid are different next year in these matches. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. I'm Sebastian North. This is Campfire Football. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.